Good morning again, my lovely students. Today we are going to continue comparing the photosynthesis process to the respiration process done in green plants. So, in this session we are going to solve in our books, page 57. Figure 1 in 57 represents two green leaf processes. In this diagram or in this figure, please you have to pay attention, all of you. In this figure I have two processes take place in the leaves of green plants, and I have also two parts of the day. I have daytime and night time. I have two processes done in the leaf of a green plant, and also I have daytime, two parts of the day, daytime and night time. In part A, or before we are going to start, I have the blue. In this blue arc, I have an orange arrow. This orange arrow, look at the orange arrow, represents the exchange of CO2. It means in this one, the carbon dioxide is released because it leaves the leaf. And in this part also, carbon dioxide is released out. But in these two arrows, carbon dioxide is absorbed. It enters the leaf. So carbon dioxide is absorbed. While the red arrow, as shown here, represents the exchange of oxygen or O2. This oxygen also, when it enters the leaf, it is absorbed, and when it leaves the leaf, it is released. So, before we are going to start mention each part or what happens during each process, we have to find what is the process shown or given in the first box. Look at the first box carefully, teacher. Look at the arrows. Which arrow is released and which arrow is absorbed? So, carbon dioxide is released out, and oxygen enters. It means oxygen is absorbed and carbon dioxide is released. So, what process is done in this part? I have many students raising their hands, but first I'm going to ask Lynn, because this is the first student who is raising her hand. You can start, Lynn. What is the first process shown in the first box?
Is respiration.
Respiration. How do you know that is respiration?
Because respiration releases carbon dioxide and absorbs oxygen.
Excellently, thank you, teacher. So in the first process, thanks. So in the first process box, respiration process takes place because, as shown in the following arrows, carbon dioxide is released and oxygen is absorbed. Thanks, Lynn. Let's now move to Hadi.
Miss, I just want.
So, next one, what is shown in this box, in the second box, where carbon dioxide is absorbed because it enters the leaf and oxygen is released out? What process we speak about? You can start answering. What?
Photosynthesis.
Excellent. It is photosynthesis. Thanks for you. Mute yourself again, please. So, photosynthesis takes place during this part of the day because oxygen is released and carbon dioxide is absorbed. Now, Muhammad Walidi, please. At night, before we say or before we show that carbon dioxide is released and oxygen is absorbed, which process takes place only at night? What, Walid?
Respiration.
Excellent, Habibi. Mute yourself again. So respiration is the only process that takes place at night by absorbing oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide. Excellent, teacher. Now, in part B, we have to compare the gaseous exchange made during these two processes. It means what is absorbed during photosynthesis and what is released. Also in respiration, what is absorbed and what is released. Let me ask now Muhammad Isa.
During photosynthesis, the green plants absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen.
Excellent.
And during respiration, green plants absorb oxygen and release carbon dioxide.
Excellent, Muhammad. Thanks, teacher. So during photosynthesis, carbon dioxide is absorbed and oxygen is released, while in respiration, oxygen is absorbed and carbon dioxide is released. Let's write the answer, please. So the answer is, during photosynthesis, CO2 is absorbed and oxygen is released, while during respiration, oxygen is absorbed and CO2 or carbon dioxide is released. Now, let's move to part C. In part C, we have to specify, it means to answer and justify which of these two processes will occur, it means will take place at the root level. At the root level and not at the leaf level. Which one of these two processes take place at the root level? Let me ask Shafiq now.
Photosynthesis occurs at the root level because the green plants absorb water from the soil by the roots.
Excellent, Shafiq. Excellent, teacher. What do you think, Dima? What do you think? Your answer, Shafiq, may be correct, but as we know that photosynthesis takes place in the leaves of a green plant. Why it is done in the leaves of a green plant? What is found in the leaves? What do they have? Dima, what do leaves have? Excellent, teacher. So chlorophyll. So photosynthesis, Dima, takes place at the root level or at the leaves level?
The leaves.
At the leaves. So which process takes place at the root? Photosynthesis or respiration?
Photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis takes place at the leaves, while respiration takes place at the root level by absorbing, we can say, water and mineral salts from the soil, and they move this water and mineral salts move upward to reach the stem, leaves and flower. Let's write the answer. So the full answer is as follows. Breathing is the process which occurs at the root level of the green plant because, as we know, photosynthesis takes place only in the leaves of green plants which contain chlorophyll, and the roots don't have chlorophyll or don't contain chlorophyll. This is all about page 57 for today. Thanks. So now, in page 58, we have to move to part B. Referring to the figure, the above figure that has mentioned in page 57. Give a difference between these two processes. Give me another difference between photosynthesis and respiration, but other than the gaseous exchange. Please, Gael, can you?
Yes. The photosynthesis takes place in the day.
Yes.
And the respiration takes place in the night and the daytime.
Excellent, Gael. Thank you. This is the best answer. Mute yourself again, teacher. So, the answer will be photosynthesis takes place during the daytime only, while respiration takes place or occurs all day and night. And as Mahdi Murad said also, respiration takes place at the root level, while photosynthesis takes place in the leaves. And as Dima said, that photosynthesis is done by only green plants because they have chlorophyll, and respiration is done by all living things. That's all about question number 1, evaluation about photosynthesis and respiration. Thanks for you today.